Hey guys, welcome back to another review, and today I am reviewing Ford v Ferrari, starring Matt Damon, Christian Bale, John Bernthal, Katrina Balfe, and was directed by James Mangold, and is about an American car designer and a driver battle corporate interference and the laws of physics to build a revolutionary race car for Ford in order to defeat Ferrari at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1966. So let's talk about the positives. Well, first things first, the performances are all excellent. Matt Damon, this is one of Matt Damon's best performances in a while, and he actually is a really good actor, in my opinion. This is one of his best performances. And then easily the scene stealer is Christian Bale. This is I'd actually say one of his best performances of all time. Probably one of the best performances I saw of 2019. I should he have been nominated? I think so. But too bad he was snubbed. But what are you gonna do now? That was like 2 years ago. It doesn't really matter anymore. But still, at least some recognition would have been nice. This movie already got plenty of recognition at the Oscars. It was nominated for Best Picture and other stuff. And even won a few for like sound editing and stuff. Even though I think this movie should have been nominated for just a little bit more, like Best Director, Best Cinematography, Best Actor in a Leading Role. He would be leading role, right? I think he would be either leading role or supporting role. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, long story short or whatever, he was excellent in this movie. One of the best performances from Christian Bale, and one of the best performances of 2019. Keep almost saying last year because I keep thinking it's 2020. I thought that year would never end. Yeah. And then, what about the directing? Excellent. Great directing. James Mangold is becoming one of my favorite directors with movies like Logan, 3:10 to Yuma, Walk the Line. Really good movies he's directed in the past. He's directed. This one is no exception. This is probably my favorite movie from him. Close second place is Logan. This movie is his direction here is great, and the race car scenes are fantastic. Now, I do have some kind of a personal connection to racing. My grandpa would always watch NASCAR, so I do have some personal connection to race car driving, but I never have been a humongous fan of it. But I am very familiar of it. Also, my favorite movie when I was younger was Cars. Like, that was my favorite movie as a kid. Obviously, it's changed now, but that just proves how much I really loved racing and cars. I had like a zillion Hot Wheels cars when I was a kid, so I have kind of a connection to racing. But and even if you don't like racing, this movie would still I have a feeling you'll still love the movie, because I love this movie. This is probably my favorite movie of 2019. And yes, including, I think it's better than Parasite. I do think it's better than Joker in 1917. All right, maybe not better, but they're on the same par. Those four keep switching on my favorites of 2019. That just proves how much of a dang good year 2019 was for film. 2020 was a little weak, though, since the best movie of that year was Sound of Metal. And even then, that wasn't a perfect movie. This movie, I downright love it. All right, let's talk about cinematography. Best I've seen in a while. The cinematography in this movie is excellent. I love the cinematography in this movie. It has a very sunset type feel to it, like a very summer feel, if you know what I mean. Like, the movie's atmosphere and the movie's lighting and cinematography is just excellent. Should have been nominated, but it was snubbed. Even if it was nominated, I knew it wasn't going to win because Roger Deakins won for 1917. He 100% deserved that. Same with his win for Blade Runner 2049. That movie was just breathtaking. But, all right. Now, is the movie slow? No. I no, it's not slow at all. I was hooked. My attention was held throughout this entire 2.5 hour movie. Yeah, it's like 2.5 hours long. And I didn't even feel that runtime. I loved this movie so much. And then there's the soundtrack. The soundtrack is excellent. It's my favorite song is 7,000 RPM. That is my favorite score in the movie and in the soundtrack. I use it. I actually use it as like when I get stressed out. I use it to calm myself down. It's very It sounds very therapeutic. Just like look it up on YouTube or something, and you know, it's like one of the most calming scores I've ever heard. I don't know why. It just is. And then there's the movie's ending, which is oh, it's so well done. I actually got emotional at the end, and I actually did cry. And my dad cried too, just like he did at the ending of Logan. I cried at the end of Logan, so I'm crying a lot more on movies these days. Okay. Do I have any negatives with this movie? No, I do not have a single negative with this movie. This movie, in my opinion, is incredible. All right, let's wrap this up. In conclusion, Ford v Ferrari is a fantastic movie. I highly recommend this one if you haven't seen it. It's very good. Probably it's currently ranked as my favorite movie of 2019. 2019, it might change again when I rewatch 1917, Joker, or Parasite, or maybe even this one, it might stay the same. They change all the time. But anyway, I'm going to give Ford v Ferrari an A+, and as a masterpiece. So if you've seen Ford v Ferrari, what did you think about it? And if you like this review, give it a like, and I will see you guys next time.